Hello my dear students, welcome to the video class. In this chapter we are going to discuss, in this class we are going to discuss chapter 4 of the political science, working of institutions. The topics which we shall discuss today, that are the need for political institutions. Second one will be the parliament, and in that parliament there will be a subtopic, why do we need parliament? So my dear students, in the previous video class I have told you all how any decision is being made into the democracy. I have also told you all how in case any type of complications or any type of problem occur while taking that decision or any type of dispute occurs, then it is the work of the judiciary to settle that disputes on the behalf of the people as well as on the behalf of the government. So now we are going to discuss the main topic, need for political institutions. As we are going in this chapter, we are discussing the work of the various institutions. In the previous class I have told you about all the three institutions, that are the legislature, executive and the judiciary. So now we are going to discuss what is the need for the political institutions. So my dear students, as we are going in the democracy, the powers are separated. The powers of the government are separated into the three organs. The work of all these three organs are totally different from the another organ. For example, legislature, the main responsibility of the legislature is to make the law. In the democracy, it is the responsibility of the government to make certain rules and regulations which people has to follow for the civilized society. Further, government collect taxes from the people and do various works of the betterment like the health, education and other public amenities. It is also the responsibility of the government to defend the country as well as to carry on many developmental projects. So these all are the work of the legislature. But as we are knowing, legislature alone can't do all the works. That's why to help the legislature, executives are there. In the executives, there are the different officials of the state and the central government. The main work of these officials is to implement all the decisions which are taken by the legislature. Now third one is the judiciary. As we are knowing, if any type of dispute occur in the country, then it is the responsibility of the judiciary to settle that disputes. One thing we are doing here, we are discussing about the central government. So in case of the central government, Prime Minister is the head of the government and he exercises enormous power in the Lok Sabha with his cabinet of ministers. All the decisions which are taken by the cabinet of the ministers, over all the decisions there should be the insurance of the Prime Minister. So some people say that working of institutions is not good. Some people gave the arguments that while dealing with the various institutions, the decisions which are being taken, they came after a lot of delay. Yes, it is right that decisions which are taken by the institutions that create delay. But in the institutions, different meetings, different type of views, different type of conversations are taking place, and as a result of this, we can say that the decisions which are taken by the institutions that are not the best but can be better. We can also say when a lot of consultations will be there, when a lot of opposing views as well as the supporting views will be there, then there will be very less chances to be the bad decision. So, institutions are very good for the good health of the democracy. Now, next one, Parliament. What is Parliament? As we are knowing, Parliament is the body whose responsibility is to pass the law. At the time when we discussed in the previous video lecture, the recommendations of the Mandal Commission which were implemented by the VP Singh, the current Prime Minister of that time, in that we have seen that there was not any role of the Parliament, but we can't say that for passing any decision there is no role of the Parliament. It is the Parliament only in which all the elected bodies meet after a regular interval of time and they take various decisions on the behalf of the people. We are knowing that in our country India, representative democracy is being practiced. So all the representatives of the various constituencies meet in the Parliament after a regular interval of time, and there they decide and discuss the various issues which are related with the welfare of the common people. So next one, why do we need a Parliament? Why Parliament is necessary? My dear students, all the members of the legislature meet into the Parliament. Why Parliament is necessary? First of all, Parliament is the final place for taking any decision. It is the responsibility of the Parliament to make the new law, to change the existing law, or it can build up the new law, or it can build up the old law, or it can make some changes in the old law according to the time and generation. Second thing, all over the world, it is the Parliament only which exercise the maximum powers. And it is the Parliament only by which government of the country is being run. Third thing, Parliament, yes, government of the country is run. One more thing, any leader enjoy the power till that time only as much time he got the support from the Parliament. As the support from the Parliament regarding that leader is being taken up, that leader will not be in the power and he or she will not be able to take any decision. Next one, it is the Parliament which controls the money, because any money bill can't be passed by the recommendation of the both houses of the Parliament, Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. So we can say that Parliament is the only which can make a check on the money which is spent by the government, so that there will not be any chances of the fraud or the corruption. Last one, which is the most important one, it is the Parliament only where representatives of the different constituencies meet at a regular interval of time and they discuss